Yeah, you were filming her there in the modern building over there. Yeah.
Cool. I kept thinking.
Yeah.
We have a sign.
And then that's, you didn't have, Christina lived in it, and her brother, she had polio and could just drag herself around. The family was friends with his wife, and they allowed him to paint inside the house anytime he wanted. He had free reign. He didn't tell her that he was going to paint this painting of her he was up there painting in one of these bedrooms he used as a studio. Saw her crawling in the field because the family graveyard is on the other side of that field, and she was dragging herself back from the graveyard, and he saw her dragging herself through the field, and he thought that'd be a good painting. So he started painting it, and he was doing it up there. She had a hard time going up and down the stairs because she couldn't walk. But one morning he went in there and he noticed the dust trail that she'd been there that night, or since he'd been there before, and he knew she'd seen it, and he wasn't sure if she was going to be mad.
So she saw it?
Yeah, she saw it, took a knife and killed it. No. She saw it and she didn't mind. In fact, once this became such a famous painting, people from all over would drive by that house. It's on an end of a peninsula, and they'd come, and I think she liked the notoriety, and she became almost famous.
Wow. I didn't know the story I'd seen that picture, didn't know the story.
Had you seen this before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, bought it in like the year after it was painted in 1946. They bought it for $1,500.
Wow.
And they don't always have it on a display, but they usually do. They said that the people that come and visit MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the two most asked questions that the tour guides are asked is, where's the bathrooms and where is this painting? And it's not modern, it's not abstract. Every other painting in there is abstract and modern, except that one. And you can, if you see the real life, you can see every blade of grass. It's on the whole thing. It's like hyper realistic, yeah. And he didn't want to ask Christina to model, so his wife modeled for the body, and then by that time, I guess Christina knew about it, and Christina modeled for the arms. But they're real, you can see if you study it, they're real bony, and you can tell. Really? But the body is his wife's body. That a little bit. In fact, in Forrest Gump, when she's throwing stones at the house,
falls down.
This inspired that the cinematography, the way he directed that. Yeah. It's not the same, but this was his inspiration for that scene.
No, I see. Yeah.
So, it's a sunny day in Maine. No, this is in Pennsylvania actually. But this is a window outside of N.C. Wyeth studio, looking into N.C. Wyeth studio, and then that's a big window that he would paint right in front of that because it gives good light. But you can see the reflections here, the trees and the eave behind you. Then you can see the window, and you can see the window beyond.
So, and you did this with pencil?
This is all pencil, yeah. That one's pencil.
Now, when you do stuff like this, do you have several pencils to get this effect, or you
No,
just stick
that's just
with
one. I think it was a 4B or 6B.
Do you do some rubbing in with your fingers or stuff?
A little bit.
Do you use anything else besides like a brush to give you any kind of texture or something?
No,
Just your finger.
My finger.
Magic finger.
Yeah. It is magic.
It is.
And then there's a famous painting called Christina's World that Andrew Wyeth did, and that's the house that's up on the hill. She's in a pink dress in the field, and the house up on the hill.
Yeah.
The house is now owned by the museum in Rockland, Maine, and they open it up for tours, and you can walk through. So that's inside.
Cool. And then this one.
36th and Lewis, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sixth Church of Christ Scientist.
Yeah. Very pretty.
I drive by there every morning.
This is the island that has
This
the
is
power, huh?
an island 10 miles off the coast of Maine, and it's about 1.5 miles long and a 3/4 mile wide. Little bitty island. And they have a couple inns, and it was a fishing village for hundreds of years. Now it's acts probably more as an artist colony than a fishing, but they still have active fishermen. So they have Fish Beach, and you buy lobsters there and everything.
Cool.
And that's the kitchen window to Christina Olson's house. That's her stove. You can kind of see, but you can see see through. You're still outside, you see through the window into the space, then the
So you
window.
took
on the
these
other side.
pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just go around people's houses and sneak through their windows and take pictures?
Yeah, you don't get run off very often. You say, I'm an artist, that's okay.
You're a peeping Tom.
And this window is the other side of that window.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a museum now. It's empty. They just give tours because Andrew Wyeth painted so many paintings in it. But Christina also, when she lived in it, she'd always put geraniums in the window. So they continue with that tradition. That's the one from the pencil
we were
drawing.
talking about, yeah.
Yeah. NC Wyeth
I
Studio.
love the pencil. It's just
Do ya?
so, yeah. I just think that is just super cool. You give it such, you got a lot of layers to get out of a pencil is just amazing.
I just use a drafting pencil.
The shadows and stuff really makes it, gives it some.
Yeah, that one was a fun one to do. And this is a lantern inside the Olson house. There's a painting over there that has
You
the
did the painting?
with the lantern. That's just a little detail of it.
Awesome.
Like how the door
window?
kind of ghosts.
Yeah, it's ghosty.
Yeah, it's kind of Rod Serling.
It is. It's
And then-
almost a
or
time
Salvador
tunnel or
Dali.
a portal.
And then the way this floats in the trees and stuff. That one, I like that one, I like that one. I like all of them. They're all fun. They each have a different
So
memory.
All right. So, but where's the shadow coming from? From over here?
There's a window over here. There's two windows. This is
It's
looking through this window right here. The sunlight you're seeing on the ground is that window, coming from that window. And then the window you see floating is on the end of this. And then through the window you see through the window is that window. But here I'm outside and it's a reflection on the glass.
So you're shooting a reflection of a
And so you can see the trees behind me,
Yeah.
but this window's so bright, it cuts through the reflection.
Yeah.
And you can see it. This is a church in Pennsylvania, or this in Rockland, Maine, actually. This in Maine. The museum bought a church and they turned it into a Andrew Wyeth Museum, or Wyeth Family Museum. That's the back side of the house, of the Olson house. And that's another inn on that same island, had a cool balcony porch. When Boone was getting baptized in Oklahoma City in the Catholic Church, we went. It was Christmas Eve, and it was a traditional, like a Latin mass, and all the women in there, they have to wear a headscarf when they go in. So that most of the members have their own, but they have a basket full.
Sure.
And so I wasn't sure how she was going to take to that, but she did. She enjoyed wearing it.
Looks good.
I took a picture of her and did the painting.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the red on her chin. I said, well, you got blue spots too, so.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's a fly on there, and I rubbed it when I was painting this. I like it.
This is on the island. That's on the lighthouse that is on the island. Looking through an end of the building, looking through, and you can see all the way through. Yeah, that's Andrew Wyeth Studio
So that's what he
in
looked
Pennsylvania.
at. Yeah. So that's the window he saw her.
No, that's a different. That's in Pennsylvania. That's in Maine. He was born and raised in Pennsylvania. Then they would summer in Maine, and then throughout the rest of his life, they'd spend half the year in Maine, half the year in Pennsylvania. The second window.
Yeah.
I was standing at one window and took that picture, and then I moved over and looked through the next window, and I took this photo. Because you can see the door instead of the window. If you're over here, you'd see at a different angle, you see the window. But you can see the reflection of the forest that's behind you. And then the clouds and the sun and everything that's reflecting. But that one's pretty cool. I like that one too. Like I said, I like all of them.
Well, yeah.
I like how the yellow glows on
Do
those.
you want me to shake it?
Yeah,
Just hit the button, huh?
yep, just the white one.
Ready?
I'm ready, Freddie.
Okay.
Is that good?
You want another one?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
a
one
little-
more.